It's been a long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Oh, yes it will. Then I go to my brother. Say, brother, help me please. But he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. Whoa. Associated with the word change are alter, vary, shift, convert, transform. To change one's name, to change one's opinion, to change a course of history are a few examples of change. When Sam Cooke wrote this particular song, it was almost instantaneously an adopted anthem by the Civil Rights Movement. The song bridged the multiple diverse feelings about America and the black community, the portion which honors the pain and suffering, which is determined to stick together to overcome this in the face of obstacles. You see, Sam Cooke realized that the tide was beginning to change by the early mid-1960s in America's race relations. There was a self-assured tone in this song. He didn't hope that a change was going to come. He knew it would come. Well, how does this relate to TRiO and myself, you may ask? This exact song reminded me of the TRiO programs. Now, TRiO is a concept that depicts strong will, determination, and an unlimited commitment to the values and ethos of equal opportunity. It was in 1986, Senators Phil Graham, Warren Ruttman, and Ernest F. Hollins introduced a bill which included virtual elimination of TRiO programs. However, it was the determination, faith, and being exposed to the struggle that the parents, students, and TRiO personnel across the country sustained a grassroots effort to encourage their senators and congresspersons to defeat this bill. This bill, as we all know, was defeated, which in turn compelled Congress to make a change in the form of establishing a resolution proclaiming February 28, 1986 to be National TRiO Day. Oh, a change had come. And as the clock began to tick and TRiO programs formed from 1964 to 1990, I had no idea that the TRiO programs would soon send a wind of motivation and transformation my way. Today I invite you to take a ride with me through my windstorm journey of change as I open and reflect on things inside my TRiO box of keepsakes and things I have held on to. The first item in my TRiO box of keepsakes that I have held on to is my true character. I often ask myself, am I showing the world who I truly am? Am I staying true to my character? As I begin to reflect on TRiO and my windstorm of change, I thought about the many voices within my family and the TRiO community that served as an inspiration in my life that guided and shaped my character into the woman that I am today, both personally and professionally. It was the voice of my mother that instilled the Bible in me and taught me two important verses about character. The first verse from the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 12, "Therefore all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them, for this is the law and the prophet." Meaning, treat people the way you want to be treated. The second verse she teaches me on a daily basis is from the book of James, chapter 4, verse 10. "Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up." This particular verse taught me several things. It taught me that I must have humility and be able to see myself exactly as I am. It taught me that a prideful person wants the benefits of a situation without doing the necessary work. But a humble person is willing to work for success. It taught me that a humble person is a person who can follow a good leader and don't have to be in charge. But if duty requires them to be in charge, they will do a good job because they are willing to do the necessary work. So I learned and I walk a humble life. I always strive to make an everlasting first impression by staying true to who I am and making a difference in the lives of many people on a daily basis. Oh, but there was so much more for me to learn. There were other voices that have inspired my life and shaped my character. I would be remiss if I did not name a few more. It was the voice of my grandmother who encourages me to read my Bible every day. It is the voice of my aunt who encourages me to eat my whole grain rice. It is the voice of my sister and brother who taught me it is better to give than to receive. It is the voice of my high school music teacher, Mr. Somerville, who helped me to find this great big voice you hear and to appreciate different genres of music. From classical, Handel's Messiah, and he shall beautify, to jazz, Porgy and Bess, summertime, and the living is easy. To soul with the stylistics, people make the world go round. To country with Leanne Rhymes, how do I live without you? I want to know. In African music, Dango. Voices in my community that have inspired me. And since the age of 5, I always dreamed of attending college. I was very inquisitive, smart, shy, believe it or not, quiet, and just had a genuine thirst for knowledge. I am a first-generation college student who grew up in a single-parent home raised by my mother. I'm the oldest of 3 and was the only child for 11 years. My thirst for knowledge continued to grow, especially the day I heard about the TRiO Upward Bound College Prep Academy. Truly, if it were not for the TRiO Upward Bound College Prep Academy, the Student Support Services Program, and the Ronald E. McNair Post-Baccalaureate Achievement Programs, I do not know where I would be today. It was a voice of Dr. Sandra Cato in the Upward Bound College Prep Academy that exposed me and equipped me with the skills and motivation necessary to enter a post-secondary institution and successfully complete a 4-year degree. It was the voices of Michael Jeffries, Otis Williams, Betwell Escobar, and Greta Hogan that pushed me to further my education beyond a bachelor's degree. Earning my bachelor's degree in communications from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, in turn paved the way for me to receive my master's degree in human resources. It was also the voice of Dr. Cato that taught me Stephen Covey's 8 Habits of Highly Effective People. Powerful lessons in personal change. Habit 1, be proactive. Habit 2, begin with the end in mind. Habit 3, put first things first. Habit 4, think win-win. Habit 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Habit 6, synergize. Habit 7, sharpening the saw, meaning sharpen your brain. And habit 8, to find your voice and inspire others to find theirs. Oh, there were many voices within the TRiO community that have inspired my life and shaped my character. You see, TRiO did not leave me alone. Because of this, I began to grow and change as a woman, different from how I would have been if they had left me alone. They called me, they sent me letters, they had me volunteering in the community, they met me in the office after normal work hours to assist me in completing college applications and scholarship applications. I was a student leader on college tours. I traveled to present my research. I received help every year with completing the FAFSA. I was committed. I felt like I had a second job. And the TRiO staff committed themselves and invested time in me. Furthermore, it was the TRiO director, Dr. Sandra Cato, that supported my family and I in 2008 when the doctor told me they found a large tumor or nodule in my neck, and there was a 99.9% chance that I had throat cancer. Despite it all, I had faith as my family, TRiO family, and church sent up prayers every day. As I began to walk on faith, I made the decision to get a second opinion. The day of the appointment, I was faced with yet another challenge. My mother, who worked at one of the local hospitals, could not get off work. So I was devastated, but I picked myself up and drove to Chicago, Illinois by myself to see one of the best doctors in the city. As I drove to Chicago, Illinois, I received a phone call from Dr. Cato, who talked to me several times while I was on the highway. Even though she could not be there, Dr. Cato took the time to check on me. She even called her sister to come with me to my appointment to ensure that I had someone there with me. After reviewing the results from the biopsy, this particular doctor told me there was a 99.9% chance I did not have throat cancer. However, I was still need to have surgery so that the tumor could be removed and analyzed. Throughout the entire process, my TRiO family was there. The tumor was successfully removed, no complications and no injuries to my superior laryngeal nerve, which supplies the vocal cord. Weeks later, I received my test results and was told the tumor was benign, meaning it was non-cancerous. I did not have cancer. My TRiO family was there for me every step of the way, and I will never forget it. As you can see, one of the largest, very first, and important items that I am holding on to in my TRiO box of keepsakes is my character. TRiO helped me by changing my life, and I will never forget it. As I continue to look through my TRiO box of keepsakes, I realized the second item in my box that I've held on to is a pure heart. Beep! Hello, and welcome aboard Pure Heart Airlines, Mayock Flight 777. If you're going to Pure Actions, California, you're in the right place. If you're not going to Pure Actions, California, and wanted to fly undercover motives, hidden agendas, sneakiness Alaska, you're about to have a really long afternoon. We'd like to tell you about some of our safety features on this aircraft. The most important safety feature we have aboard the plane is the simply pure heart sitting next to you. Please look at one now. There are 5 exits aboard this plane, 2 in the front, 2 over the wings, and 1 out the plane's rear end. If you're seated in one of the exit rows, please do not store your bags at your feet. That would be a really bad idea. Please take a moment, look around, and find the nearest exit. Count the rows of pure hearts between you and the exit. In the event you try to compare yourself to others, you may need to find an exit immediately. We also have pretty red blinking lights on the floor that will blink towards the exit of manipulation. Now, in the event of a loss of cabin pressure, a small bag will drop down over your head. My advice is that you stop screaming and stick it over your nose and mouth. Now, if you're sitting next to a small child or someone who is acting like a small child, please do us all a favor and put on your mask first. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an announcement today from our very own TRiO alum, Sherrika Ellison. Well, thank you, Sasha. Throughout my TRiO career, I have served the TRiO programs with a servant's heart. Through the TRiO Upward Bound College Prep Academy at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, I have served in 8 different capacities, serving from tutor counselor to the speech communication instructor. Currently, I am the assistant director for the TRiO Upward Bound College Prep Academy. I returned to serve in this capacity because I wanted to continue my commitment to be able to give back to a program that has given so much to me. One of my primary goals is to motivate and educate low-income students, low-income first-generation youth, especially young women, about opportunities to attend college despite social, financial, or personal adversities. It's through working with the Upward Bound program and mentoring that I am accomplishing this goal. As a native of Champaign-Urbana, I also committed myself to serving my community at an early age. In addition, I have been actively involved in TRiO-related activities and/or programs such as the Ronald E. McNair Post-Baccalaureate Achievement Program. My involvement with TRiO has been an earth-changing experience. Thank you, Sherrika. Once again, thank you for choosing Pure Heart Airlines and giving us your business and your money. If there's anything we can do to make you more comfortable, please do not hesitate to ask. If you all weren't strapped down, you would have given me a standing ovation by now, wouldn't you? Well, please remain seated until the plane is parked at the gate. Well, I hope you all enjoyed your flight. The last item in my TRiO box of keepsakes that I have held on to is gratitude. If I were asked to sum up the need for TRiO academic support programs, I would have 2 words to say. They work. I am a product of the TRiO academic support programs, and look at where I am today. I have personally witnessed the TRiO programs are successful in helping students. Now, as we move through the 21st century, a close examination of education in America will reveal that America's strength reflects the courage, hard work, compassion, moral values, and commitment to justice displayed by the people who paved the way for us today. We must recall the history of American education and remember the Brown versus Board of Education decision and the history of TRiO, which in turn will assist individuals in understanding the many years of struggle we had to experience in our quest to not only earn an education, but the battle that was waged to sustain academic programs such as the TRiO programs. Overall, education is a valuable part of life, and we need the TRiO academic support programs to continue to uplift our youth in their quest for an education. Thank you, TRiO community, for helping me to hold on to my true character, allowing me to serve with a pure heart, and teaching me the true definition of gratitude. A change has truly come over me. Thank you.